Hello everyone, my name is Corazar, and welcome back to Vintage Story Desert Life, episode 184. This video was originally streamed live on YouTube on June 15th, 2025. I hope you enjoy the video. Rather than running back and forth, like, oh, here's what you meant, and then, no, that's not it, run back after placing 5 more blocks. I have enough. Whoops, did it again. I have enough for this level. I'm not sure I have enough blocks for the top layer. You like the design on the floor down there? Like, well, thank you. It took a couple iterations that I recall. We tried a couple things and the first one didn't pan out. But this one I'm really enjoying. As someone put it last week, it's not necessarily any particular Middle Eastern design, but it is, quote, culturally inspired. Trying to avoid putting any like religious or like national symbols into these, which can be, you can stumble across this sometimes where it's like, oh, it's a cool design, and then you're like, oh, that's actually, you know, some countries like particular, you know, what they're known for architecturally or whatever, or even like national symbols. The correct way to pronounce scone is scone. I'm going to disagree. just to be contrary. Actually, I've heard that even in the UK, there's disagreement on how to pronounce the word spelled S-C-O-N-E. It depends where you're from, apparently. I forget what channel I was watching, but it was a channel about, it might have been Lost in the Pond, actually. Because it was a channel about, like, you know, differences between America and Britain. He does a lot of those. Now this, I think, goes across here, I'm pretty sure. And we have nowhere near enough for the top layer, but we'll start it. We'll start at the other end. Ah, so you admit to fighting with the pronunciation. See, I think if it's pronounced scone, it should be spelled S-C-O-N-N. As someone who's definitely British, that's my 2 pence, my tuppence. Can't you hear my accent? I'm definitely British. British. What is clotted cream? Is that like cottage cheese or something? Or like sour cream? You think about old school grand staircases, the ones that at the bottom are split up and on the top come together. Yeah, that could be something to do for this building. Especially since we're going to be using most likely the, just like slabs for the stairs. And maybe it would make sense to have like a gentler slope at the top, and then have it come into a regular staircase toward the bottom. I don't know. We'll have to see. Uh-oh. Phil's telling her to buckle in. If you have butter, that goes on first, then jam, then cream. Otherwise, the cream, then the jam. It's all about having a dairy barrier between the jam and the scone. The scone. Alright, we already have the conglomerate for this, so we can lap that in real quick after this is done. Oh, I still got one more stack. Oh, I have one after this too. Wow. We might not finish this, but we'll get darn close. I mean, we'll finish it. We'll just go get some more ashlar. We used a dad joke. It's been months since I bought the book, How to Scam People Online. It still hasn't turned up. Approve. Approve. I can feel my hand getting too used to holding down the shift key, or the crouch key. Which actually isn't my shift, but... I get that weird feeling, and then I lift my finger because I forget which one's doing what, and then I fall. I all but guarantee that'll happen. Maybe we'll need some more. Not a big deal. Get our wedgie out. Is there a toggle crouch? No, and it drives me nuts. I used to use it in the other block game all the time because my pinkies get real tired of holding down the crouch key. Boop. Alright, so more ashlar, not a ton. I mean, we'll make a bunch anyway, just because we'll need it for sure in the very, very near future. Ugh. Alright, let's just drop this there. A hammer. And wedgie away! Actually, I'm going to grab the mortar first. If you're embarrassed about your brickwork, are you mortified? I think there's a mod for that, crouch. I would love a toggle crouch. So if there's a mod, I'll take a look for it. Have you seen the paper, The Unsuccessful Self-Treatment of a Case of Writer's Block? It's one of your favorite academic reads, huh? It sounds like lots of bubbles popping. No, it stopped. Joshua Stewart has to go now. All right, well, have a good rest of your day. And thanks for coming by. The inventory's full. We're just going to stand at a pile of bricks that's definitely safe. And doesn't weigh 14 tons, for sure. There we go. Brick fireworks. Alright, there's that. We're using them faster than we can pick them up. You can sort of see them like disappearing every now and then. And occasionally one just sort of pops into existence for no reason. I think the game doesn't like having that many bricks in the floor. Something just tells me. My engine wasn't designed for this. Hey, there we go. We got 32 left, all right. I think we have a few sitting here. Saving these for making more stairs and slabs. Okay. Keep the stairs on us. Let's leave some of these behind. So we only need a couple stacks of these, I think, right now. Let's do 3 stacks. And we'll leave this behind as well. And the hammer. And I want to grab some of this. So I recall we needed like 7-ish stacks of conglomerate gravel. Not positive. Let's go and lay out what we can. You want to create mod and Bitch Story? It is a pretty cool mod. You can do some crazy stuff with it. Okay. Oops. Get. I'm gonna build trains, Kolshi. Something else we ought to consider while we're thinking about what we're doing up here would be what to do about, or when do we plant the trees? Because we're going to need to give trees time to grow and then replant the ones that die. Because the plan is to line these arms with fruit trees. I'm a bucking horse right here. My goodness. Hard to control if I'm just holding down the button. Oh, I missed one. So we could actually, we could actually do all 3 of these arms. Since we'll have enough of this done, we're going to plant them on this gravel here. We'll have enough done, we could just plant them. Maybe we'll do that as like a end of the stream thing here. Of course, we might need to spend time, chopping the branches. And I think I want to wait until a couple of the other trees have had a chance to fruit. So we'll see if that works out, timing-wise. It might not. Oops. No! And a middle click off and scroll the wheel a little bit too. Yeah, I want the breadfruit, honestly. No! Did it again. Once the arms are done, am I going to have some formal gardens outside the walls? I might. I hadn't really thought about what I wanted to put down in these larger areas. I had mentioned, I think, a long time ago, of like using them for production, like wood and stuff, but there's going to be so much space, I don't think we need to dedicate, like, growing acacia and growing purple heart and growing kapok. Like, that would be too much wood. I wouldn't have a use for it. So we could still have, like, decorative formal gardens out there with some production in designated areas and have it still look, good. What is this temple to? Is it a sun temple? This temple is about, what was it? Water, sun, and knowledge, and air. It was air? Water, sun, knowledge? I think it was water, sun, knowledge. Oh, I'm stuck. That's why I can't move. There we go. And I really want this whole build to be sort of like, defying the desert more than anything. Planting things that would grow in the desert, like cacti, and things that might grow near desert, like these cypress. But then also just being like, nope, this is fertile land now. Gotta plant my amber waves of grain, yo. Alright, let's get these guys down too. Finish up that bit of wall section. Oh, we have more. We already had more blocks. Neat. Someday I'll remember that. And I think we have enough to do that top bit there. Oh yeah, we do. Perfect. We can also experiment with the stairs. So let's go ahead and get up here. And so we start 2 in from the end. And some of these might end up getting knocked down anyway in favor of the stairs, but we'll see. So I guess for now, we'll go over here. It's 2 in from this end here. So 1, 2, so there. This takes concentration, not gonna lie. Whew. My eyes are going crazy doing that. Did not like that very much. I also have an older screen. There's a terrible response time. Like, I mean, it's like walking sideways is so blurry. It's hilarious and terrible and sad. Mostly sad. Whew. I'm kind of dizzy. Yeah, it might be new monitor time at some point here soon. I'm just realizing just how blurry it really is. It should be fine for you guys, but on my end, it is like super blurry. It's like an old PSP screen. The original PSP. Something moves across the screen, it just leaves this like blur across it. Yeah, this doesn't give me motion sickness, but it's a, you know the phenomenon of like if you ride your bike for a while down a road just going straight, looking straight ahead, and then you stop, and everything looks like it's moving away from you? Everything looks like it's moving to the left of me now. It's just like, ugh. Alright. So that's done. That's pretty cool. Let's get the stairs. I'm just going to recount here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the 7th block. Okay. Just wanted to double check. Double check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Find a freemium first-gen OLED with about the same nits as an e-ink Kindle? No thanks. Yeah, I'm actually not interested in OLEDs to begin with. Their refresh rate's pretty cool. Their lack of ghosting is pretty cool. My concerns are mostly the burn-in, because there are a lot of on-screen elements that are going to get burned in like crazy. And LCDs work just fine. So I think that's the height. Didn't really count. I think it was 131. Pretty sure. We'll just build across with the blocks and make sure it lines up. Or I guess more like see if it lines up in the first place. Alright, so let's grab these. We're going to do a bit of this. Vertigo time, guys. And anyone who's afraid of heights. Hey there, Parvecci. I hope I got that right. Parvet, yay? Welcome. You've been watching the VODs, you're on number 14. You got some catching up to do? Awesome. Well, I hope you enjoy your journey through the VODs. This is longer than I thought it was. Hey, there we go. All right. So that one there is the big question mark. That one will be the question mark, I think. How we build that, how we deal with it, etc. I think for the time being, for this top area, you know what? Why don't we just do... Let's go ahead and build across there. We'll get it marked. And that way we'll at least have the total space that we're going to have to work with here marked out and ready to go. You like the view in person? I do too. I've always enjoyed desert builds, which if you saw the April Fool's Day from the first Sky season, you might know what I'm talking about. And that was part of the reason why I was like, I want to do another desert build, because it had been quite some time since I'd touched desert designs. And I love the yellow and blue motif. I do wish we had a more brilliant blue to work with, but what we have is fine. It's fine. All right. Oh no, I'm starving. No one screamed at me, guys. Elegant Les, you like the Sphinx? Thank you. I had a lot of fun building that. The villager Sphinx with the giant nose was tons of fun. Just import lapis from the other block game. Yeah, you guys are supposed to start yelling when I'm down to, like, you know, 90% satiation. Start eating! Curzar, eat! Oh, we're out. You're empty. So are you. Boing. I think there's a darker blue wattle and daub, really. Oh. I hesitate to call that blue. That's definitely gray, I think. Oh, we have blue. Ashen. Okay, here's blue. Why are there two blue wattle and daubs? Or is this like the the cracked version, and this is the... Yeah, this is a smoother version. Ashen's blue, but it's light blue. There's something really blue that you found. Blue. Blue. Blue glass, blue carpet, blue clay tile, which we do have, so we could do something like this. Blue ceramic rooftops. Blue shingles. Lots of blue building blocks. Okay, so here's like, these are all from Bricklayers, but they do, I guess. Do I want to know what amount of work goes into these things? Glazed bricks blue. Oh boy. How to make a raw glazed blue brick. Take a brown... Oh no. Oh no. Ground frit. Baked frit. No. We are so not doing this. Bricklayers needs to stop. They need to stop. That is so ridiculous. Like honestly, that's kind of why I don't like Bricklayers. Like I wish Bricklayers would just like take the blue dyes in the game, and sure, it's not exactly, you know, just like real life, but I don't want to spend 40 years making 5 blue blocks in Vintage Story. 40 real life years, by the way. It just doesn't sound enticing to me. It sounds like pain. Glacier ice. I think the glacier ice is kind of more like a frosty color. It's not really blue, more of like a pale, very pale thing. Yeah, I think you would need to have like a dedicated brick maker who just loves pain and does nothing but make bricks all day. Like, I guess if you have enough automation going on, you could just, you know, go and grab the materials. Like, just grab them all in bulk. Grab them all. Whatever it takes to make frit. So potatoes and whatnot. That's fritters, never mind. So vermilion, lime, powdered quartz, powdered... Oh, good luck getting this. Okay. It's not pain for them, it's relaxing, Doska, you know? But yeah, so like, you get all this in bulk, and just like, get it all. And then throw it into your auto pulverizing, grinding system. And walk away, and then come back later when you have it, when it's all ground up. Okay, I could see that being not unreasonable. Although getting enough lapis to actually make all that powder would probably be prohibitive. You haven't seen fluorite? So it doesn't normally spawn in the game. It only spawns in when you have Bricklayers installed. Did I make this the exact length it needed to be? How? How? What the heck? Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, so the other way to get fluorite is from panning. And no thanks. Just no thanks. Yeah, that was definitely luck, guys. I was not counting. I was like, this looks close enough. We'll try it, see how it goes. Well, the Kurzet will tell you that I do have very good, like, visual intelligence for, like, gauging distances and sizes and things, so it could be part of that, but I don't know. It's just, that's it. It's just. You like to pan with a podcast, but you gotta be in the mood. Yeah, I think you have to pan sand and gravel, and it just isn't exciting to me. I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fill... Hello. Hi. Yeah, Go away. It's apocalyptic. Oh, goody. I just noticed that. One down there, looks like. I see one over there in that shadow. It's not very apocalyptic. There's one there. No Calzamar, there are no miscounts. No miscounts. I never miscounted anything. Let's go ahead and fill this in. I think at some point, I would like the tower to be accessible from the bottom, and we will have to have like supports. I mean, you don't have to. It is vintage story. But I want to put supports in and make the tower actually sink down into here. So it's part of the structure. But I think for now, let's fill it in to give ourselves a nice place to like work with. A nice flat, you know, surface to build on. I probably need a lot more bricks. Ashlar. Ashlar. Someday I'll get it. And a lot of this ashlar might not end up being visible in the long run, which is fine. I just need something that can be visible and not be horrible, like dirt underneath. So I think this will be fine to start. Then we can put gravel and dirt and paths and things on top of it. We'll build our stairs a little bit, see if we can make them look nice. I mean, I'm sure we can make them look nice. That's not the question. The question is, how will they look? I'm liking more and more the idea of the split stairs, because then we could put like a fountain or a small garden kind of down the middle there. We're out again. Hey, Louis Tavoya. Welcome. Practice saying to check my chests. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Okay, let's check all the chests for ashlar. So we have these guys. I'm hanging on to those for building stairs and slabs with. So for now, we'll grab these. All right, that's all the ashlar we have. So let's go ahead. We're going to get this plopped down. I'm not going to use it yet, but we're going to have to make more ashlar real soon. Wouldn't the area underneath become a spawning hill? Shh. Don't tell anybody. It might. We might need to dip into our lantern. Yes, the answer is yes. The answer is definitely yes. Ah, lanterns it is. My goodness. You had to mention it. You had to mention it, Catsy. That you called them. You Beetlejuiced them into existence. Hey there, Brandon Funk. Welcome. Hi. Ooh. Nice. Ripe in 50 days? Oh my goodness, you're gonna be kidding me. Ripe in 50 days, 40 days, 50 days. Those are just oranges. They're about done. Oh, we got some over here. Okay. 40 days. It seems like they're all about on the same clock. Yeah, we may have to take a bit of a lantern break here reasonably soon. Just to make more lanterns. Oh boy. Yeah. That will be a problem. And we're done. That's all we've got. Okay, I'm going to mark down here for next time, lanterns. It's going to be necessary. So stream 47. First checkbox is lanterns. Hands down. Okay. For now, let's go ahead and let's get back up there, and we'll keep building this out. I think the guys already wandered off. The dudes. Ugh. Make a rift ward. So the thing with rift wards, I don't think those prevent the spawning of certain mobs in the dark. So, as I understood previously, and maybe this wasn't intended, or it is or the system now is a bug. But previously, if you built something above the natural land level, so if you're at sea level, if you built it above sea level, you could leave it dark, and things wouldn't spawn. But if you build a basement that goes below sea level, then things could spawn in the dark there. Things being mostly drifters, because that's all there was at the time. A night watchman. Is that the thing that keeps things from spawning from the dark? So I don't know if them being able to spawn in the darkness here was it close enough to the rift? Because that's pretty far away. The rift's over there. I wouldn't think you could spawn them over here unless there's a rift I didn't see over this side. But I don't think there is one. There just isn't one. So I think they're spawning just naturally from the dark, and that doesn't seem like it's... That was not how the game was originally. Like, they would still need a rift to spawn. Unless you go below sea level. Wasn't there a rift there just now? I don't think so. Yeah, no, the nearest one... Because they spawned ostensibly down here. Nearest rift's over there. That's a little far. It's a little far. So I don't think they should have been able to spawn there. Hey there, Kiku Disaster. Back to the grind of the temple? Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, you probably noticed that I've been publishing some shorts lately, and I'd like to do some more. I have a couple ideas for a few more, but I'd like to hear from you guys at some point. And maybe over in Discord, I might make a channel for it, or maybe just pop it over in the 20 questions with like a tag of, like, you know, Bithmusters. It was my internal name for it is Bithmusters. But, like, you know, what questions about the game do you have that could be answered in a roughly 1 minute video? And the shorts are now up to 3 minutes. I'd like to keep them a little shorter than that. But yeah, if you have questions or like anything that you hear players talk about that isn't real, I love the myth busting aspect, like the whole splitting stacks in your crucible doesn't actually make it cook faster. It's all about the total amount in there. That was the first one I did. But yeah, so anything myth-busty or any, like, minor features that you don't understand how they work, I'd love to hear from you about what those are, and then make videos about it. Biff mustard. Berries on fertile... Oh, so you need a myth-buster about berries being grown on fertile ground. That could be nice. Let me mark that down here, actually. Rip off new sheet for notes. So, berries and soil quality. Which, you're right, it's pointless. The berries don't require anything. How do the tree seeds spawn? This one that really gets you. Tree seeds spawn from breaking leaves with sticks primarily. Your berries are growing on gravel. How about the milking thing? What milking thing? Ryuga? Another myth. The Resonance Archives reset after a few days. Good one. Resonance Archive reset. That's a great one. Mark that one down. Milking the animals. You just need like a tutorial on milking the animals, or is there like a Mythbuster element to it? The loot doesn't respawn, but the monster does. Okay. Well, it'll still be good to have a Mythbusty video about that, so people who claim that it does respawn, we can point to it and be like, no, it does not. And then Tyrone will change it and I'll be proven wrong. This is the way. Uh-oh. We're actually out. But look at this area. This is going to be a nice big place to start building tower on. And the tower's going to only be maybe like, I don't know, 12.5 blocks across. So like from here to there would be the halfway point. But it's going to be like a very tall, spindly spire. Did you miss anything, Laddit? A lot of building, I guess? Can you rush the Iron Age by doing the Resonance Archive quickly, like the metal plates? No. The biggest hurdle to get into the Iron Age is you do have to make one bronze anvil. You have to make a bronze anvil. You can't buy them. I don't think you can find them as treasure anywhere. So that's going to be the problem with, say, rushing the Iron Age. You can certainly rush the Iron Age, but you can't, like, skip that part of the Bronze Age. Alright, well, everyone, let's have a bite to eat here. Num num num. What a day. We got a lot done today. We got our temporal storm shelter. It's mostly functional. It's fine. It's fine. And yeah, we got a lot work done on the temple today, so I think next time we're going to start with the lanterns so we can block off the spawning zone down below. We'll make probably like a double batch of lanterns, so hopefully 20. If we can get more, then so much the better, but 20 is a good start. And then I think we're probably going to have to wait. I guess we don't have to, but I would like to wait until the fruit trees are done fruiting before we actually chop them down to get the new stalks or stems to place up on the walls there. But yeah, and then we'll get back to work on more temple and filling in the staircases and that top central area. And we're going to get this place looking very fine very soon. But that's going to do it, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. And as always, my name has been Kurazar. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.